Back at Bloomington Ice Gardens, sheet number 1, as we have our second of the 3 today. Pacific and Great Plains closing out their pool play. Pacific, 1 win, 3 losses, and 1 overtime loss for 4 points. And they can't catch East Coast for 4th place with 9 points. And they take on Great Plains team that is playing for the Kennedy Conference title. They are 4-0-1, the 1 overtime win. That was against Manitoba earlier in the tournament. If they win, they'll pick up 3 points. They also have a goal difference on Manitoba, but they need to win the pool outright. And from the face-off, it's back into the Great Plains zone. Charlie Engstrom, number 18, plays it ahead, and this is Logan Luttner over the line. He centers it, and it's broken up. Dylan Dean comes to the near side boards, and what a tournament he's had. Played out into the neutral ice area. And this is Landon Nagel playing it back. Miles Copeland to the far side, and now it's down the far side, and an icing call. 14:31 to go. Pacific here yesterday lost an epic shootout against Great Lakes, a 15-round shootout. And that was a difficult loss for them to absorb, certainly, but an overtime loss nonetheless. And from the face-off, it's played down. And Great Plains will try to set up their offense. Kason Panzer, number 16, plays it to the near boards. And swung now to the near side. After it is Burchild. Mikey Burchild behind the net. He's working there with his line mate, Wyatt Kuznick. Puck comes up the slot. There's a shot and a save made by the Pacific goaltender, Corbin Rodel. And a face-off coming up to his right. 1 minute and 3 seconds gone in the opening session here. And our last game of the night, scheduled to start at 9 o'clock. West and Great Lakes will finish us off here for this pool play tournament. And now here comes Pacific back. Nathan Krellin will play it in. And A.J. Francisco ties it up. And the goaltender fell back into his net, Cash Cruitt. And he's up and okay. Here's Francisco playing it to the left. And now Great Plains will come in. Keaton Junt, number 3. He had it knocked off his stick. Now loose along the far boards. Krellin goes after it, and he gets some help there from his defenseman. Harshdeep Sarma, number 40, comes in front up the slot. Francisco takes a shot. It's deflected wide in front of the net. Now to the high slot, a one-timer by Francisco, and that wound up catching the forward. Krellin up high, rolls towards the goal, and we're going to get a stoppage and a face-off as the Pacific goaltender Rodel comes out to get a stoppage. Pacific has scored 21 goals in a tournament, allowed 23. And Great Plains has scored 44 goals, which for the time being leads all teams in this tournament, and has allowed 16. Comes to center, and for Great Plains, it's Kason Panzer clearing it ahead, and now Swanson over the line. He takes a shot, and a glove catch by Cruitt as Riker Swanson gets his team's first shot on goal of the game. Face-off coming up to the right of Cruitt in the Great Plains goal. Puck down, and it's played to Copeland at the left point. Clear look at the goal. He shoots, and Cruitt saves. We'll get a face-off once again. That took a few seconds off the clock, and now Great Plains will change lines. Nagel will face off against Kane Johnson. And the puck comes to Copeland. He shoots, and he missed the net wide to the right as the goaltender looked at it. Now cleared to center. It goes past the defenseman on that side, David Ross, and back into the Pacific zone. Outlet pass is steered away by Wyatt Kuznick, centering, and it's picked off there by Pacific, and they'll carry to center. And here's a run down the far side. Going after the puck there was Gavin Smith, number 30 on this team. Played out to center, and Swanson turns and plays it back to the blue line. Rink wide to an open side on the near side, and Kuznick picks it up for Great Lakes. Plays it over the line, and here's Victor Plant. No, check that. 19 would make it Kane Johnson. And loose in the left corner. Now behind the net. Pacific will get control. 3 minutes gone in the opening period. They come to center and play it in. Francisco will chase it down in the left corner. We got a whistle and a penalty behind the play. We have an interference call coming up, and we'll get the game's first power play at 3:07. And it's going to go against Great Plains, and heading to the penalty box is Charlie Engstrom. Face off for the offensive zone for Pacific, their first power play of the game. Henry Shamil plays it around on the near side and has the puck, backhands it ahead, and it's played on out to center. Picked up by Kramputic. Ivan Kramputic plays it over to the far side. Now a pass for Stoltz is broken up at neutral ice, and Pacific will have to regroup. Abraham Brown lost possession, and now here comes Great Lakes in. A shot from the wingboards by Sammy Nelson is deflected wide. Loose along the half wall, and it's played back, and the talented Luke Arsenault back behind his goal. Clears up the near side for Nagel. Now played ahead, and here comes Brown trying to play it in, and now a cross-ice pass almost stolen away. Shamil plays it ahead, and now it'll trickle on out to center. 1:10 on the power play, and it's picked up by Nelson. He comes over the Pacific line, winds up and shoots, and it was tipped wide of the goal. Now back behind the net, it was Declan Lee playing it ahead. And now Great Plains will get possession. It's played ahead by Francisco, loose in the center circle. And now here comes Krellin over the line. Krellin takes a wrist shot and a save made by Cash Cruitt. Faceoff coming up in the Great Plains zone. 45 seconds of power play time remaining. And Krellin will face off against Logan Lutner for Great Plains, and the puck to the corner. Francisco plays it ahead. Now a centering pass. Krellin shoots, and he might have caught the outside of the post there. Loose to the near wing boards, and it's played ahead. Krellin again shooting. He scores! Nathan Krellin has scored, and they're happy in Calgary. That's where his family is watching from, and it is a 1-0 lead, a power play goal for Pacific at the 4:41 mark of period number 1. Nathan Krellin scoring the goal. And now he has the puck. Krellin plays it ahead. Here's Ripka closing in. Backhanded shot, it's the outside of the net. Assist to Eric Ripka on the goal. That line remains out there. Nagel to the far boards. Now they just changed it. And here comes Pacific back with a 1-0 lead. It's played ahead by Nagel into the zone. Now on the right side, Panzer breaks it up, and Great Plains will break out a left wing pass right into the remnants of a line change. Now played back into the zone. Copeland in the right half boards, goes to the boards with Junt. Now it's played out to center and picked up and played ahead. Here's a 2-on-1 for Pacific. Nagel has a man breaking for the slot. He centers it. It comes right on to Cruitt, and he makes the save. Face-off coming up in the Great Plains zone to the left of Cash Cruitt. Nagel and Victor Plant as the Nines do battle. Now the puck comes to the left corner, banked down to the near side wall. Francisco picks it up as he falls, plays it ahead to Sammy Nelson. Tipped into the Pacific zone. We got a whistle, and behind the play we have a tripping penalty coming on Pacific, and that will put Great Plains on the power play for the first time, as heading to the penalty box is Riker Swanson for a trip. Time of the penalty 5 minutes and 56 seconds in period 1. And a chance for Great Plains on the power play. See if their offense gets cranked up here. And it's right along the blue line from the faceoff. And now it's backhanded ahead, back into the zone. Riker Swanson going for tripping, and now the Great Plains power play will crank up. This is Dylan Dean. Plays it ahead. Hale Over the line, back to Dean, left a drop pass, and it's played ahead to center. Francisco. Now picked up by Luttner, and now Francisco will carry it over the line. Francisco, and they're offside. Face off at neutral, 1:22 to go on the power play, 8:25 left in the first period in a 1-0 contest. Puck down, and it's right on the blue line, back into the Pacific zone, and they will clear it back into the Great Plains zone. Kason Panzer going back for it. Feeds the left wing. Dean to Luttner, over the line, looking for Dean again on the left. Luttner gets it back, goes to Dean on the half wall. Back down to Luttner in the far corner. He centers it, looking for Dean, and can't get it to him, as it's now freed up behind the net. Nice play by Luttner there. He backhands it again for Dean. He shoots, and that's deflected over the glass and out of play by the defenseman on that side. And a face-off coming up in the Pacific zone to the right of goaltender Corbin Rodel. Down to 51 on the power play. Coming up on the halfway mark of the first period, it's 1-0. Pacific is on top on a goal by Nathan Krellin. Now played over to the far side, picked up by Shamil on the far boards, and played behind the net. Played back into the Great Plains zone. Panzer chasing it, feeds over to the left side for Kane Johnson. Now his pass is intercepted by Krellin, who shoots it back into the zone. Back on the left side for Great Plains. Johnson goes behind his net, comes out the near as the pass winds around to Kuznick. Now it's loose in front of the Great Plains goal. 15 on the power play, banked ahead, and here's Kane Johnson. He sends Kuznick away, pass to the left over the line. Now it's returned up the middle for Panzer, and he couldn't control it. Now here comes Pacific back to center. Johnson back checking, and he picks it up at the blue line. And one more rush on this power play. They're offside for now, though, and it's brought in offside. Will face off at neutral ice with 7 minutes and 2 seconds to play in the first period. Great Plains, a little bit of a slow start to this game, at least by their standards. They are trailing 1-0, but Pacific has really come out looking sharp here. And now it's played past Gavin Smith and back into the Pacific zone. Banked off the wall, intended for Swanson, intercepted by Nelson. Loose in the center circle, Francisco plays it ahead, and now over the line is Nate Pedersen, and it is offside at the blue line. We'll stop and try it again and neutral ice. 6:45 to go in the first period. We have 5 games on this ice tomorrow, starting at 9 o'clock, 10:45 and 12:30, and then the semifinals in the evening at 6:15 and 8. Now loose at the right edge of the Great Plains goal. Cleared now. Francisco in the corner, goes behind his net. Picked up there by Nagel. Now lays it ahead, and they're going to have to come back for it. Francisco again to the left, tipped, and now here comes Great Plains through center. And this is Junt over the line. Junt takes a shot that's blocked and goes back behind the goal. And now this is Nelson in against the wall along with Nagel. And Pacific will backhand the puck to center through Swanson. Turning there is Schmiel. Now Great Plains will break in, and it's a rush there. Coming up the slot was Burchild, and he couldn't get a shot on goal. Comes out to center, and now played to the blue line. And then it's going to be played ahead by Panzer into the Pacific zone. He lost possession. Loose at neutral ice, and is claimed there by Henry Schmiel. Left wing pass. And over the line they come. Played to the high slot as Dean tried to put it in front. Now Dean cuts to the net and can't latch onto a centering pass. Loose along the far boards. Dean again, skate the stick. He centers it. It's going to come all the way through to the near side. And after it there for Great Plains is TJ Hale. 5:09 to go in the first period. Puck played around on the near corner. Hale behind the net. He puts on the brakes and then falls. Cleared to Panzer at the right point, and he tries to hold the zone there, and he does. Now it comes right to the blue line, and it's picked up. Shot and a glove catch made by Rodel, and a faceoff coming up to his left. 4:49 to go in the opening period. Happy to have you along here for the North American Hockey Showcase, 5th annual version. Ontario won the first 3 tournaments here. New England, the defending champion this year. Now to the left point it comes, and here's Engstrom. And he puts it wide of the goal to the far side. And players from both teams in for it. Johnson will dig it out. Kane Johnson. Along the goal line extended. He centers it, hit the goaltender, and flopped over the top of the net. Kuznick feeds the left point. Engstrom. Now to the far circle. Here's a centering pass, and it's deflected by Arsenault just wide of his own goal. Back behind the goal, Luke Arsenault there. And he plays to the corner where Kane Johnson picks him up. Now to the high slot, and it comes out to center. Picked up there by Ripka and played in, too far for Krellin. And chasing after it is Kuznick, and he rounds the net with a full head of steam. We got a whistle, and we have a delayed offside, I think. Face-off coming out at neutral ice with 4 minutes exactly to play in period number 1. Play is in the Great Plains zone. Shamil, headmans. And now down the right wing, here comes Nelson, broken up at the blue line. Comes back out to center. Shamil dropped it back to Sammy Nelson. He backhands one to center and loose at the red line. And Junt plays it ahead and into the zone. 3.5 to go in the first period. Long pass up the middle, and falling there was Swanson. It's poked ahead by Nate Pedersen for Great Plains, and he chases after it. Loose at the Pacific blue line. And now Team Pacific will pick it up and bring it over the line. This is Lee. Declan Lee cuts to the slot. Poke checked off his stick. And Panzer will take it over in the right corner. Flips one to the far side, and Great Plains will break out rink wide to the near side for Nelson. He shoots it in rink wide to the far side and then heads for the bench as they change. Shamil after it in the corner, looking to center, and that's ridden off. Played around to the near side with under 3 minutes left now in period number 1. Dean throws a hit, and it's loose to the near wing boards now. And it comes up the slot, and here's a chance. It's a 2-on-1 if they hurry. The defender's hustling to get back, but it's into a line change. So defender comes off the bench and equalizes. The manpower on the rush comes to the far wall, and Swanson goes after it. Players falling, and out to center it comes. Picked up and shot ahead by Hale, and then played back in. Here comes Pacific again. A nice poke check on the far side by Engstrom to knock it away. Loose at center, and it's picked up there by Luttner. Over the line they come. This is Luttner. Can't see anything and swings around and plays it back behind the goal. After it is TJ Hale, and he goes down. We're going to have a penalty against the Pacific for a body check and a power play coming up. For Great Plains, their second of the game. Time of the penalty is 12 minutes and 57 seconds. Heading to the penalty box for Pacific is Caden Halliday. To the right point it goes. Francisco plays it across to the left, and let's see if the power play connects this time. Shamil in the corner banks it off the board. Check that, it was Dean on the boards, and it's stolen away, and here comes Pacific back. They'll flip it into the zone. Cruitt makes an easy stop, and Francisco in the left corner will rink wide one to center. He got it back on a pass to himself, and here comes Luttner over the line. Slings one to the left. Dean closes in, cuts to the slot, takes a backhand shot, and it's blocked. Luttner now will take it behind the goal. 1:25 on the power play. 2-second difference between that and the game clock. Now to the left point. Here's a shot loose in front, and Luttner had a swack at it. So did Dean, and now Dean on the near side lets Luttner come through. Luttner with the puck. He feeds the high slot. Francisco shoots. He hit the crossbar. Rebound, and Dean unable to swipe it home. Now behind the net. They swing around again. Once, twice. They score! And the power play goal for Birchild for Pacific. And the time of the goal is 13 minutes and 58 seconds. Power play goal ties the game at 1. Here's Burchild. Lutner gets the assist on the goal by Burchild. And we're tied at 1 with 40 seconds to play in the period. This is Eugene Park, number 71. He'll come through the middle. Park breaks the line, closes in, poke checked away, and cleared by Burchild to the far boards. Sarma works to his left. He takes a shot. It's deflected wide of Cruitt's goal to the near side. Park after it, and they go to the boards. Now Krellin tries to dig it out. Loose along the wall, and Johnson will ring it around the boards on the far side, looking for Henry Shamil. Now played ahead. Here's Burchild. They break out, and if they hurry, they've got a 3-on-2 over the line. Burchild, a nice pass across, and a shot hiking the top corner is Wyatt Kuznick. That was a lovely goal with 9 seconds to go in the second period. Kuznick scores, and it's a 2-1 lead for Great Plains. 14:50 is the time of the goal, and just a lovely rush there by Great Plains and a nice piece of skill to tuck the puck into the top right corner. And with 10 seconds to go, the puck is played into the zone. After it is Ripka. Burchild with the only assist as the period comes to an end, and our score after 1 is Great Plains 2, Pacific 1, as they strike twice in a span of 52 seconds late in that first period. Quick break, and we'll come back with our second next. This is the North American Hockey Showcase, the show 2019 on the Youth Hockey Hub. All right, back at Bloomington Ice Gardens, ready for the second period. And we're underway with a score 2-1. Great Plains 2 goals in 52 seconds. And they can strike quickly. We've seen that, and Pacific has learned it firsthand. Now Copeland feeds it up to the right point. Francisco feeds the far circle. Lutner across to Dean. He shoots, a save made. Rebound loose at the right edge, and it's steered wide. Now played behind the net, and Ross can't break it out. Dean behind the goal to Lutner, looking back for Dean in front. It comes up the slot. Francisco shoots. That's blocked, and now it's played ahead, and here's a rush, and it's Gavin Smith going in, looking to center it, and stride for stride on the way back with him was Charlie Engstrom. Good hustle from both of those young players. And now it's picked up by Dean along the near boards, and he swings ahead. Here comes Great Plains. Dean plays it ahead, and over the line comes Hale. Poke checked off his stick by Copeland, who turns it back. Now a bouncing puck. It's picked up, and here's a breakaway for Riker Swanson. He shoots, and a save by Cruitt. Rebound is cleared right on a Nagel's stick, and it comes to the right of the goal, and it just trickles wide. My goodness. Pacific close to tying it up again there. And now it's played to center, and turning with it there for Great Plains was Sammy Nelson. Now the puck played back to center ice, and now to the near side it comes. Picked up by Lee, and he plays it ahead for Smith over the line. He shoots. Cruitt makes the save, and we'll get a face-off in the Great Plains zone, but Pacific nearly tied the game there early on in this second period. They still trail at 2-1, and will face off to the left of Cash Cruitt. Stoltz on for the face-off for Pacific, as you see there, against Nate Pedersen for Great Plains. And he has the puck now. Pedersen does. Up the far side, lays it ahead for Nelson. And at the blue line, they can't come in onside, so they have to regroup. Here comes Sammy Nelson again over the line. And now shot in deep. And after it for Great Plains is Nate Peterson. He centers it loose at the right edge. Save made by Rodel. Now a backhanded shot and an opportunity there for Pedersen for Great Plains on his backhand, and he couldn't steer it home. Now Nelson steals it along the wing boards, tries to center. That's blocked, and it's picked up by Grayson Bowe, and he shoots it all the way back into the Great Plains zone. Pacific will change. And now they caught him on that change, and here comes Great Plains. Kane Johnson closes in. A shot and a glove catch by Rodel and a face-off in the Pacific zone. You know, sometimes you look at these kids and the speed at which they play and the mastery of systems that they're showing. And it's hard to believe that for some of these kids, their birth year is 2008. It's just a nice skill level that we're seeing here, and we've seen it from just about everybody here. In fact, there's moments we've seen it from all 14 of these teams, and I know because I've seen them all at this point. Played to the left point, and it comes out to center. And Great Plains, Kane Johnson, rink wides, Engstrom plays it ahead, and here's Burchild over the line. Now it's picked up by Engstrom. Comes over the line again. Engstrom trying to get by Arsenault and can't along the near boards. Gets some help from Burchild. Puck rolls now towards the center ice area, and it's picked up by Park. He comes down the near wing. Park with a man breaking for the net, and a centering pass, and that was swiped behind the net. Might have gotten on goal. Now comes to the left point, and here's a shot deflected off the outside of the goal. A shot by Copeland. And now Great Plains trying to carry it out. 11:35 to go in the period, and down the wing they come. Kane Johnson over the line. Poke checked off his stick, played ahead there by Ripka. And we got a whistle. And I think we're going to have a bench minor. It'll be for too many men on the ice, which would put Pacific on the power play. And that's what it is. Too many men on the ice. And the penalty will be served by Kane Johnson. Time of the penalty, is 3:31. Second power play for Pacific. They trail by 1. It is 2-1. They scored on their first power play. Now it's played into the zone. And behind the goal, Dean. They're working with Lutner, and Lutner centers it. It's intercepted by Ripka, and it's head manned. Here they come. This is Swanson down the near wing. Swanson is knocked down there by Shamil, and loose along the far wall. Great Plains will pick it up and come to center. This is Dylan Dean shooting it in. Copeland will pick it up in the right corner, and Pacific will turn back to the attack. Pacific, Copeland to the left, and over the line they come. Swanson gains the offensive zone, comes to the corner. Swanson centers it, and it comes up the slot, and Nagel is there to block it. From the wing boards, he centers it, comes all the way through to the far side. Lee plays it down. Swanson in the right corner, and he overskated. It'll come behind the net, and it's played to the near boards with 48 seconds in the power play. Here comes Great Plains to center. And through center, Nelson unable to play it further forward. Back into the zone, and Lee will take it behind his net. It's over half a minute left in this power play. Now tipped on to center, and here's Smith. Left wing pass is behind Bowe, and will come back into the zone, and now they send Nelson away down the far wing. Great Plains over the line. A centering pass is just a hair too far. And picking it up there, Hale goes behind the net with it. Hale to the corner, centers it, and a shot by Nelson is wide of the goal. A shorthanded opportunity there. Hale again to Nelson along the goal line, extended near side, and now fed up the near wing, and it comes back out to center. Engstrom backing up, 5 seconds to go. Good penalty kill for Great Plains. And now they clear to center, and here comes Nate Pedersen over the line. He's got a player on his left. Pedersen passes over and looking to center it there. They fell into the boards. Rolls towards the left point. Now played down, and that was TJ Hale, who's had a bit of a long shift here as part of the penalty kill. And now bodies flying everywhere in the near corner. It's played around behind the goal. Lee in the left corner for Pacific will pick up the puck, and he flips it ahead. It's going to be held in right on the blue line and played down. Picked up there by Luttner. Feeds the left point to Engstrom, and that's stolen away, and now it's played ahead at center by Pacific's Abraham Brown. Over the line he comes. Brown on his backhand centers it. It's going to slide up the slot, and it's poked down to the near boards. Brown backhands it towards the net. Intercepted. Here comes Great Plains back. And at center it comes to the right side, and Luttner spins back with 8.5 minutes to go in the period. Now picked up by Dean in his zone. And Dean and Luttner playing together are a pretty good combination. Now played ahead, and here comes Pedersen over the line. Luttner breaks for the slot. The shot whistles wide of the goal to his left, and picked up there in the corner, played ahead by Luke Arsenault, and now Arsenault again gets it back and takes it behind his net. Luttner is on him. Arsenault sidesteps him, and it's played to the near wing boards, and out to center it comes. Shamil there will back it up and play it to Dean at neutral ice, backhanded ahead, and now Arsenault in the zone, lost it to Dean, waiting for a man to get onside, and now Dean will shoot it in. Puck played back to the right corner. Krompetich there. Ivan Krompetich in the right corner for Pacific. A weak clearing pass. Doesn't get out. And now the left point Cruitt takes a shot that goes wide to the goaltender's left. Now played to the right point and then played down by Panzer. And now it's picked up by Pacific, and out they come to center. Here's a race for it, and Shamil back in his zone falls. And it's going to be picked up by Luttner for Great Plains there to Dean on the left. And here they come. Dean down the near wing. And he is rubbed out along the boards there by Krompetich in the right corner. He takes it behind the goal and now waiting for some help. In front of his goal, Dean is on him now, and it's played off to the left. It's picked up by Ripka, and he plays it to center. Now picked up by Great Plains, and here's Panzer over the line. He takes a shot, and that ran up the equipment of Krompetich, and it's picked up by Park, and he plays it to center. Here is Park. Eugene Park down the near wing. He is over the line. Park takes it in deep. 6:50 to go, second period, 2-1 Great Plains. Puck is in the area behind the net now, and they'll look to center it. It comes to the left point. It's held in. Here's a shot by Copeland. That's loose in front before it can get to Park. And Great Plains will pick it up along the near boards and clear it out to center. Here they come over the line. It's Kuznick, and he is rubbed into the boards there. Puck comes free, and they're not able to clear our Pacific. It's picked up there by Dean. Closes in from the left circle. Shoots. Actually, Burchild. Save, rebound, and a save made. That was Burchild instead. 6 instead of 8. And now in the left corner, it's picked up, and Pacific will carry it out to center. 6:10 to go in the period. It's back and forth stuff. And here's Eugene Park over the line. Cuts to the slot as he falls. Burchild can't save it, and now it's cleared back in deep by the defenseman on that side, Ross. Loose in the left corner. And now here they come through center. Picked up by Kane Johnson. Over the line he comes. Johnson plays it back to the right corner, and it's picked up by Nagel there. He will ring the boards to the far side for Copeland. It's going to be held in there by Junt in the corner. Junt gets back up. He and Nagel go to the boards, and they will fight for it there. Picked up along the left wing boards by Pacific, and they'll come out. A center attempt at a breakout is picked up. Nagel can't clear it. Now it does come out to center, and with 5.5 to go, it's cleared to the near side for Junt. Over the line, Junt had it poke checked away once and twice, and Nagel then dropped his stick and couldn't pursue. Back in the zone, Shamil has it. He clears to the far side, and going after it is Panzer, clearing to center. And here's a three-man break for Great Plains over the line. Nice play to stay on side there. Junt closes in, a shot, a save, and the rebound up the slot. Shamil shoots, and it's deflected behind the net. Nice play there by Nate Pedersen to stay onside on that rush. Sometimes you see players do all kinds of contortions, and he did one there. And it's a good thing that he's 10, because I don't think an older person could have done that. Here's Nagel over the line, and he cuts to the slot, takes a shot, and Cruitt makes the save off to the far boards. Picked up by Panzer along the far wall. He does a little spinorama, comes to the far side, and Hale will poke it out to center. TJ Hale shoots it in. Two forwards go after it, and now Panzer coming to the near side wall. He'll come behind the Pacific net. Panzer swings her on the left side, feeds the point, and here's a shot deflected, and it goes just wide once, twice. Goaltender down, and they score, but it's waved off. Great Plains. Hale had his arms up. He thought he had scored, and the referee immediately waved it off. With the goaltender Rodel down, and we'll have a face-off in the Pacific zone to his right with 4:21 left in period number 2. Comes to the left point, and here's Engstrom. And he tries to hold it in at the line and can't. It's picked up there by Brown. Now they scrap for it at neutral ice, and here's Dean. He'll come in, and they are 3 wide. Stolen away, and here's Stoltz back. They have a 3-on-3. Ripka to Stoltz. Back to Ripka. Brown breaks for the net. And Ripka falls. Play is on the right side, and is picked up by Francisco there. He plays it ahead, and here comes Lutner over the line, too far for Dean. And now Dean will come after it. Stops in the near corner. Now to Lutner. Backhanded back down the wall. And with 3.5 minutes to go, Brown has it between his feet and carrying on. They'll bring it over the line. Here's a shot that sails over Cruitt's goal. 3:20 to go in the second period. Now picked up by Dean. And he'll break out. Dean will carry it over the line, working against Arsenault, and then Arsenault takes him down, and now it's stolen away. Here's a shot wide of the goal by Wyatt Kuznick, who has the go-ahead goal in this game. It's still 2-1. And now it's Lutner trying to center, and that was deflected. Picked up there and carried to safety by Ripka as he heads towards the bench. And now Burchild can't play it forward. Here's Kuznick to Burchild over the line. Cuts to the slot. Burchild still has possession. He shoots and it hit the post. It came right in front. And now we're going to have the defender Arsenault clear, but it's picked up by Burchild. Now loose along the far wall. Johnson looking to center. Back to the front of the net. And Johnson unable to get any closer to the right point, and is played past Panzer out to center. 2:20 to go in the period. Panzer at the blue line. Starts down the far wing, and he is detained by a couple of players. Krellin had a poke at it, now picked up by Burchild, and he dances into the zone. Burchild 1 against 4. He cuts to the slot, takes a shot, and it was deflected just wide of the goal to the right. And here's Johnson playing it behind the net. Now Johnson, a low centering pass, they score. Kane Johnson, little give and go there, and he beat the goaltender Rodel to his right post. And Great Plains has the lead. 3-1. Time of the goal, 13 minutes and 6 seconds. Kane Johnson scoring. And it's a 2-goal advantage for Great Plains. Picked up by Copeland for Pacific and played ahead. But it'll be turned right back in, and chasing after it for Pacific in the left corner is Ross. Now they'll play it ahead. Pacific trails by 2. Let's get the scoring. Schmiel at the only assist at 13:06. And we'll have a face-off outside the blue line now, and playing it ahead for Great Plains is Nelson. Into the zone to the right. Copeland chasing after it into the right corner. Cleared around, and Krellin will get it there along the near wall. Krellin passes out to center, and Francisco with a shoulder knocks Ripka down and didn't mean to. Play is stopped as the puck goes into the bench area for Pacific, and we have 1:14 to go in the second period. Johnson from Schmiel at 13:06, the only goal of this period so far, and Great Plains now has a 2-goal advantage. Nagel will play it in from the faceoff. Takes it to the left as he falls. Nagel looks to center it, lying loose in the slot, and it's picked up by Great Plains. They'll carry it out to center. And over the line comes Hale. He takes it wide. Last minute of play in the period. Hale has Burchild in front, can't get it to him. Now it's picked up on the far wing. And now poke past Lutner out to center. Here's a shot that goes wide of the goal. Dean will come up with it along the near boards. Dean looks to center it. And it's stolen away, and here comes Pacific back. Now Dean in the slot, passes to the right. Here's a shot, save made by Rodel with the paddle of his stick. And now it's played on out to center. Here's Smith trying to play it over the Great Plains line. Less than half a minute to play in the period. Now loose at the left corner. Going after it there is Lutner. Now played ahead to Dean. We have a whistle. We have a penalty coming up on Great Plains. It'll be for interference. And it comes at 14 minutes and 39 seconds of period number 2. And heading to the penalty box for Great Plains is A.J. Francisco. Interference is the penalty. And it's power play number 3 for Pacific. 20 seconds to go in the second period, so there's carryover here if they don't score quickly. And now here's a shot from the point. That is blocked at the defense. It goes over to the far wall. Nagel looking to help. He banks it ahead. And Nelson has been given the assist correctly on the goal by Johnson as the second period comes to an end. There'll be a minute 40 carryover of power play into the third, and our score after 2 is Great Plains 3, Pacific 1. And we'll take a full break to resurface the ice here and come back with our third period in about 15 minutes time. 3-1 Great Plains. You're enjoying the North American Hockey Showcase, the show 2019 on the Youth Hockey Hub. Back at the Bloomington Ice Gardens, the third period getting ready to begin here as it's a 3-1 lead for Great Plains over Pacific, but Pacific has a power play of 1:40 as the third gets underway here. One more game to follow. It'll be Weston Great Lakes, and that will close out pool play in this tournament. Again, if Great Plains wins this game, they will win their pool. Manitoba won earlier today to finish with 5 wins and an overtime loss, and that came against Great Plains, which so far has 4 wins and an overtime win. But a 3-point regulation win for them would give them 17 points and make them the Kennedy winners. From the face-off at center, it's Burchild for Great Plains, playing it in, picked up by Copeland for Pacific, and they will set up. At center, it's played in over the line. Swanson can't control it, and it's picked up and carried back by Dean. Over the line, Dean tried to split the defense, now gets the puck along the corner. He shoots, and a save made there by Rodel against the post. Picked up now and overskated on the near side. Burchild steals it, takes a long shot. Save Rodel off to the near boards. Copeland chases after it. He feeds Swanson in the near corner. 1 minute in the power play. Now played to center, and here's Nagel. To the right, Ripka carries over the line. Ripka back to Nagel. Ripka cuts for the net, and he can't center it to him. Now picked off in the corner by Shamil, and Nagel is there to disrupt that. Back into the corner it goes. Ripka chasing after it for Pacific. He plays to the left point. Krompetich has it there. He centers it, and it's loose in front. Played to the right edge. A shot, and Cruitt knocked it off to the left boards. Picked up there in the corner, and Brown chases it. He shoots a backhander right on. Save Cruitt. Rebound. The goaltender's down, and the puck is behind the net. Now Brown goes after it. Looks to come in front again. He does. He shovels a backhander towards the goal off the defense. Krompetich has it. 10 seconds in the power play. Puck in the right corner, and Shamil controls for Great Plains. Krompetich holds it in. He takes a shot, missed the net to the right. And now the penalized player ready to come back on, A.J. Francisco, and Great Plains is at full strength. They've killed it off. Play behind the Great Plains goal, and a centering pass comes all the way through to the far side. Chasing after it there is Swanson, and he can't get there as Great Plains will control behind the net. Now they'll play it out to center, and here's Burchild. Gets to the red line and will carry it over the line. He's got Francisco breaking the pass to him. Francisco, a backhand shot. Save made by Rodel. And a nice play there by both of those young men. Puck comes to the near wall, and there's a hard collision. And trying to hold the zone for Great Plains was Luttner, and he paid the price for it. Comes out to center. And after it, Luttner in the right corner of his zone. He banks it ahead. It's picked up by Kuznick. And out to center they come. And this is Nelson over the line. Nelson closing in. He shoots. Save made by Rodel. Puck off to the left boards, and an outlet pass stolen by Kuznick for Great Plains. Wyatt Kuznick goes to the corner, goes behind the net, and that's picked up there by Grayson Bowe. And he picks it up. Played to center. Turned back by Francisco, and now here's Nelson again over the line. Nelson with a player breaking for the slot. Here's a centering pass, hops the stick. Nelson comes around again, shoots, save made by Rodel behind the goal. It's picked up in the right corner by Kuznick, and now played out to the left point. It hopped on Engstrom, takes a shot and misses the net. Comes to the near side boards, and now it's flipped to the right point, and Francisco holds it in, tries to save it along the line. It's stolen away, and now here's Cruitt. He's got a breakaway. Check that, Krellin going in, a backhanded shot, and it ran off the end of his stick. He had a breakaway on Cruitt, did Krellin. And we're going to have a penalty coming against Great Plains here. And we got a whistle as the puck is touched, and now the infraction will be whistled. A tripping penalty called at the 3-minute and 36-second mark of period number 3, and another power play for Pacific. Heading to the penalty box for Great Plains is Engstrom. Power play number 4 for Pacific. 3-1 the score. Now here's Krellin along the boards. Now Park behind the goal for Pacific. It's cleared to the left side, and Dean will pick it up there for Great Plains, and he'll lug it to center. Dean over the line, and we have a whistle. Behind the play, we're going to have penalties. Or is it just one? We'll see if they're going to take two or one. Park is one. And we are going to get penalties on two players here. For Great Plains, it'll be Hale heading to the penalty box, and Park for Pacific. Time of the penalties, 4 minutes and 2 seconds of the third period. Those are coincidentals. Will not affect manpower. Poke towards the net, a save made, and Rodel gets over to the left post. Now played back to the right corner. Ross rings the net with it, and then Fan on a clearing attempt gets it back and feeds Nagel. Tripping on Park, unsportsmanlike conduct on Hale, and it's played into the Pacific, or the Great Plains zone, behind the net. A centering pass comes right up the slot, and here's a chance. Arsenault goes off the defense. Now in the corner, a centering pass from Swanson. Now it's hacked at, and it's picked up on the near wing boards by Nelson, who will shoot it into the zone. Headed wide of the net. Goalie played it anyway, and Copeland picks it up. 30 seconds remaining in their power play. Long pass up the right wing board, stolen by Pedersen. He cuts to the slot, and then it's swiped on out to center with under 10 minutes to play here in the third period. It is Francisco through the middle. His pocket is picked by Nagel. 3-on-1 if they hurry. Nagel back over the line, a pass to the right, and that comes to nothing. Now a centering pass is going to come all the way back into the Pacific zone. Back for it is Declan Lee as the penalized player. Engstrom steps back on, and Great Plains is at full strength. And over the line they come, a backhanded shot, and Junt didn't miss by much there. Play is in the half boards of the defensive zone, and now Pacific will carry it on out to center, and that is Gavin Smith playing it ahead. Now Francisco at the blue line for Great Plains. And it's played back past him. He wheels in the center circle and feeds the left. Over the line comes Burchild. He works in, he shoots. Hit the crossbar. And it comes to the near corner where it's picked up by Pacific. It's just dodged a bullet. Now Burchild, rink wides one to the far side. And here's Panzer. As he falls, it's played in. Dean after it. Now back behind the net, and they'll swing around. And coming right in front, Burchild shoots, and it's underneath the goaltender. Rodel makes the save, and we'll have a face-off with 8:25 to go. Now the coincidental minors are over on Park and Hale, and we will take a face-off in the Pacific zone. Krellin on the draw. And a rink-wide pass up the middle is picked up at center by Engstrom. Now fed to the near side boards. Krellin plays it in. He's working with Bo and can't get it to him. Now we have a penalty coming behind the play as Hale is brought down. That's going to be an interference penalty. And heading to the penalty box for Pacific is Caden Halliday. Interference is the penalty. 6:53 is the time. And now Great Plains goes to the power play for the third time. They're 1 for 2 so far. Puck down, a centering pass. They score, and Dean waiting at the right edge of the goal crease. Gave Rodel no chance, and that is a very short power play, just 5 seconds, and Dylan Dean has scored a power play goal to make it 4-1. 6:58, so the power play lasted just 5 seconds, and Great Plains has scored to go up by 3. Play back into the zone. Here's Nagel over the line. And he is brought down. Penalty coming up on Great Plains. Lutner gets the assist on the power play goal by Dean, and now heading to the penalty box is Henry Shamil for Great Plains. Time of this penalty is 7:20. And it'll be a power play for Pacific. That is their 5th of the game coming up. Loose to the near boards, and Nelson plays it ahead. Turned back by Nagel. Tripping is the penalty on Shamil, and now it's played past Arsenault back into the Pacific zone. And he'll go back behind his net. 1:40 in the power play, 7:16 to play. It's a 4-1 lead for Great Plains. Arsenault feeds it over to the right for Copeland, and he'll retreat back behind his net. Now to the left side, his pass is stolen by Francisco in the circle. Francisco comes in deep, centers it, looking for Junt at the left edge and can't get it to him. Now behind the net, Junt again, comes out the left side. Still in control, shorthanded. He's drawn all 3 forwards over to him, and now a pass over to the left boards, and a shot goes wide of the goal off the stick of Panzer. And Great Plains doing a nice job shorthanded here. They've had possession in the offensive zone for most of this power play to this point, and Arsenault will come out the left. Long pass to the right side is picked up by Ripka at his blue line, backhands it ahead, and here's Swanson. It's a 2-on-1. Swanson over the line. He sent it to Nagel, a shot, and a save by Cruitt from in tight. Nicely done there by Cash Cruitt. Now here comes Great Plains back. This is Kuznick over the line. Kuznick to the circle. He centers it. It's kicked up the slot, and now loose along the boards on the left side, picked up by Kane Johnson, who has a goal in this game. He goes behind the net as he's knocked to his knees, picked up with 20 seconds to go on the power play, and now Pacific will carry to center. Swanson feeds the right. Here comes Ripka going in. He fires, he scores. Ripka! It's a power play goal for Pacific, and that makes it 4-2. Ripka from Swanson. Maybe a second assist in the buildup. It comes at 9:07. It is a power play goal, and Pacific has cut the arrears now to 4-2. Ripka beat Cruitt over his glove. Face-off win, and now Great Plains Panzer plays it forward, and they will come in 3 wide. A centering pass for Lutner. We got the assist, see if there's a second assist added there. Just a single assist to Swanson at 9:07, and now a pass up the middle for Stoltz is broken up. Now here comes Great Plains in a shot that goes wide of the goal to the goaltender's right. Bouncing towards Francisco at the right point, and he plays it across. Will it stay in? No, they're going to carry it out anyway. Dean will bring it to center and left the drop pass in his zone for Panzer on the left, who has to come back for it at his blue line. Passes in Lutner's skates. Now he'll carry it in. Lutner comes to the right. He's got Dean breaking on the right, working in. And the pass to Dean is broken up. It comes up the slot, and Francisco at the point with it with 5 minutes to play. Here's Dean in the far corner, and it's chopped off his stick. Here comes Pacific back. A long pass chopped down out of the air. Francisco had it bounce on him, and he picks it up. He's harassed by Stoltz over the line. And now Francisco plays it down to the near corner. Francisco after it, takes it in deep. Centers for Dean, they score! Dean from Francisco, his second goal of the period. And the time of this goal is 10 minutes and 16 seconds. And that restores the 3-goal advantage for Great Plains. It's now 5-2. From the face-off, it's played ahead, and here is Great Plains. Nelson coming in. He centers it, and a save made by Rodel. And they have given an assist to Junt, who I don't think was on the ice at the time. It should be 13 rather than 3. And over the line, here comes Nelson. Lutner is also getting an assist, but I'm pretty sure that was Francisco rather than Junt. Now it's behind the goal, and Bo comes out the left side, throws it up the slot. Arsenault overskates it, goes to Krumpetich on the left. Here's a screen shot, save Cruitt. Comes right back to the shooter. Krumpetich tries again. That's blocked in front, and here comes Shamil up the middle. He'll carry it over the line. Shamil takes it wide against Arsenault. He centers it looking there for Nelson and can't get it to him. Now Pacific will play it out to center. And here comes Grayson Bowe down the near wing. Over the line, Bowe takes it wide. We're down to 3.5 minutes to play here in the third period. Krellin plays it forward, looking for Bowe. Now Krellin from the wing board centers it, and it comes back behind the net. They'll center it from deep, and it's off the back of the goal. And now here comes Great Plains back on the near wing. Engstrom plays to center. Carrying on is Johnson over the line. Kane Johnson closes in. He stops, he shoots, and it's saved. Rebound cleared straight up the slot and back out to center. In control for Great Plains, Panzer will bank it off the boards in on the near side, and Copeland chases it down there. Banks it ahead, and now Swanson will lay it ahead to center. A little bit too far, and Francisco turns it back. Now along the far boards, Lee can't play it forward, but Swanson claims for Pacific. Under 3 minutes to play. And at center, it's picked up and shot in by Copeland. And that will ring the boards to the far side. And it's picked up there by Panzer behind the goal for Great Plains. He in turn lost it to Nagel. Now along the boards, Panzer gets it back in the corner. And he'll rink wide to the near side. And it's played ahead by Francisco to center. And a nice touch pass to the left. And chasing after it is Burchild. He will chase it down. Now Ripka played it, but not out as it's held in against the wall. Burchild in to help out. Puck comes free, and it's picked up there by Kuznick. He can't get it by Ripka. Now to Nagel for Pacific. Plays it ahead and can't get it out of the zone. Now they will pass through the center ice area to come all the way down the ice. And no icing there. Francisco will claim it in the left corner for Great Plains. His pass to the right, and they weren't looking for it. It's chipped out to center. Lutner plays it ahead, and now here's Hale over the line. He's got Dean breaking for the net. Long shot from the wing boards and a glove catch by Rodel for a face-off with 1:56 to go. And our score is 5-2 for Great Plains. And a nice effort for them. And now the puck comes to the left point, and a slap shot goes off forward on that side, Brown. And now they'll play it into the zone with 1:43 to go. Banked off the boards and out to center. Here comes Pacific again. This is Smith over the line. A pass to the right, doesn't find anybody. And it's picked up now. Here's Dean coming down the wing. Dean over the line. Defense is changing. Dean to his backhand, sweeps it in front for Lutner and can't get it to him. And now Dean is down behind the goal. And he is up and okay. Hands the stick back to the defenseman, and a face-off with 1:23 to go. (5-2). Great Plains on top, and it looks as though they will take the first seed in the Kennedy Conference. They will move past Manitoba, barring an unforeseen situation here. Played into the zone and played ahead by the winger Junt. Back behind the net, Krumpetich there for Pacific. Plays it ahead, that's stolen away. And now Nelson along the far boards, last minute of play, and now Engstrom leads to the circle. And it's picked up there by Park, and here comes Pacific to center ice. Turning it back is Shamil. He will carry it over the line. Shamil in the circle, takes a shot, and a good one there. Low shot, and a save made by Rodel off to the far boards. Junt is in there with 45 seconds to go. Coming in to help out is Henry Shamil. It's a four-car pile up there, and picked up by Nate Pedersen along the boards. He'll move to the slot, seeds it down low, and from his knees, a shot made by Nelson and a save by Corbin Rodel. Face-off coming up in the Pacific zone to his right with 32 seconds left. And a 5-2 game. We'll have a face-off coming up to the right of the Pacific net. Played towards the right edge, and now a stick back to the corner. Declan Lee has it there with 27 seconds to go for Krellin along the far boards. And now in the right corner, Great Plains will get possession. Centering pass with 16 seconds to go is tipped out, and here comes Pacific. They have one more rush in them. It's Brown over the line. Krellin on his right. A shot. They score! Abraham Brown with 9 seconds to play in the contest, and Pacific does get one back. Abraham Brown. And the time of the goal is 14:50. And it makes it 5-3. And then they'll play out the last few seconds. Luttner at center will bring it forward with 4 seconds to go. To the left for Dean. He takes a shot, and that's the end of the game. Copeland and Bowe assist on the goal by Brown with 10 seconds to go, and the game is over. Each team scores twice in the third period, and the final score is Great Plains 5, Pacific 3. And Great Plains wins the Kennedy Conference with a record of 5 wins in regulation and 1 overtime win for 17 points, shading out Manitoba by 1 with 16. Pacific 1-4 in this tournament with an overtime loss, and really I think a team that was better than its record. They really looked like they were a strong, organized team, but just not able to come up with more wins in this tournament. So that'll do it for this game, and we have one more to go in pool play coming up. Scheduled to start at 9. We should be pretty close to that, as West will play Great Lakes. Player of the game is going to have to be the game changer for Great Plains. That's Dylan Dean. He is such a danger when he steps on the ice. Such good skill for him. Dylan Dean, with 2 goals in the third period, is the player of the game. And that'll do it for us here for this contest from the Bloomington Ice Gardens. Back in about 20 minutes with our last game. You're enjoying the North American Hockey Showcase, the show 2019, here on the Youth Hockey Hub.